We are getting ready to talk about creating with your subconscious. Let's get started. What is up, my winning friend? Welcome back to another video. Hey, if this is your first time here and you want to learn how to reach your potential, crush your goals, and be more effective in all the different roles that you have, start right now by hitting the round subscribe icon and tap the bell notifications. That way you don't miss anything. Every living thing has a built-in guidance system or a goal-striving device put there by its creator to help it achieve its goals, which in broad terms is to live. In the simpler forms of life, the goal to live simply means physical survival for both the individual and the species as a whole. The built-in mechanism for animals is limited to finding food and shelter, overcoming enemies and other hazards, and procreation to ensure the survival of the species. In man, the goal to live means more than mere survival. For an animal to live, just certain physical needs need to be met. But man has certain emotional and spiritual needs that animals do not have. And man's built-in success mechanism is much broader than an animal's. In addition to helping man avoid or overcome danger and the sexual instinct which keeps the race alive, man's built-in success mechanism also allows him to solve problems, run a business, attain more peace of mind, develop a better personality, or achieve success in any other area which is intimately tied to living or which makes for a fuller life. A squirrel does not need to be taught to gather nuts, nor does it need to learn to store them for winter. And a squirrel born in the spring has never even experienced the winter. Yet in the fall of that year, you can observe that squirrel on its grind, gathering up all the nuts it can before there is no more food to gather. A bird does not need to take lessons in nest building, nor does it need to take a course in navigation. Yet birds still navigate thousands of miles, sometimes even across seas, and they don't have a map or GPS or none of that. Nonetheless, the bird knows the cold weather is coming, and he knows exactly where the warm weather is, and he makes it there. In short, animals have a success instinct. We often overlook the fact that man too has this success instinct, much more marvelous and complex than that of the animals, and people think that man was shortchanged on this aspect, but in all reality, man was actually blessed. Animals cannot select their goals. Their goals, self-preservation and procreation, are preset, and their success mechanism is limited to these specific goal images, which we call instincts. Man, on the other hand, has something that animals don't: creative imagination. Thus, man of all creatures is more than just a creature, he is also a creator. With his imagination, man can formulate a variety of goals. Man alone can direct his success mechanism with the use of his imagination and his imaging ability. Imagination sets our creative mechanism into action. Henry J. Kaiser attributed much of his success in business to the constructive, positive use of creative imagination by saying, "You can imagine your future." Real quick, if you have any tips or experiences with creating with your subconscious, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. You are not a machine. But discoveries in the science of cybernetics all point to the conclusion that your brain and nervous system all make up a servo mechanism that you use, and it is very much like a computer or a goal-striving device. Your brain and nervous system constitute a goal-striving mechanism that operates automatically to achieve a certain goal, very much so like a self-aiming torpedo or missile that seeks out a target and steers its way to it. The word cybernetics comes from the Greek, and it means steersman. And servo mechanisms are automatically constructed to steer themselves to their goal or target. We are able to accomplish the goal picking up a pen because of the automatic mechanism, and not by just will or forebrain thinking alone. The only thing that your forebrain does is to select the goal, trigger it into action by desire, and to feed information to the automatic mechanism so that your hand can correct course until it reaches the pen. You don't say to yourself, "I must contract my shoulder muscles to lift my arm, now I must contract my triceps to extend my arm." You just know to do that automatically through your automatic mechanism. When you select the goal and trigger it into action, the automatic mechanism takes over. Your automatic mechanism uses feedback data furnished to the brain by the eyes, which tells it to the degree which the pen is not picked up. This feedback data enables your automatic mechanism to correct the course of your hand until it reaches the pen. When you see a baby reaching for an object, you can tell that it has very little stored information on the success on how to reach for an object. It is characteristic in all learning that when learning is taking place, correction becomes more refined as it goes on. You can see this in a person just learning to drive a car when they overreact and they have to zigzag back and forth on the road to correct course. Once, however, a correct or successful response is accomplished, it is remembered for future use. The automatic mechanism then duplicates this successful response on future trials. It has learned how to respond successfully. It forgets its failures and repeats the successful action in the future, that is, as a habit. We marvel at the awesomeness of interceptor missiles, how they can compute within a flash the exact point of interception of another missile and be there right on time. Yet, are we not witnessing something just as wonderful every time we see a center fielder catch a fly ball? In order to determine where the ball will fall or the point of interception, he has to take into account all these different elements: the speed and curvature of the ball, the initial velocity of the ball and the drop-off velocity, the speed of the wind. All these different things come into play as he has to make these decisions like that. Yet the fielder doesn't even have to think about none of this. As soon as the bat makes contact with the ball, his built-in goal-striving mechanism sends him right on his way. Now, all that information is great, but how can you start using your success mechanism to start achieving the goals that you want to in life? All you have to do is feed your success mechanism a clear goal with conscious thought and imagination that is oriented towards an end result. Literally create your future with imagination, reverse engineer, and hold that mental image in your mind. Then go to work and let your success mechanism work for you. Your success mechanism will figure out all the hows along the way as you continue to take action and hold that end result mental image in your mind. If you want to watch more videos on creating with your subconscious, you can check out this playlist right there. Share this video on Facebook, and if you're part of any personal development groups, you can share it with your friends there. And if you want to learn how to reach your potential, crush your goals, and be more effective in all the different roles that you have, start right now by hitting the round subscribe icon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.